classe, bienvenue. Aujourd'hui, on va parler au sujet de le comparatif. So today we are going to talk about the comparative, and you've used the comparative a lot before, so let's get started. So, c'est quoi le comparatif? What is it, the comparative? The comparative you use in English a lot, and it's used to compare two or more things. So, for example, in English, we have the duck is smaller than the cow, and the cow is the same size as the horse. So, smaller than and same as are the comparative examples here. So en français, adjectives are always used to compare two things, either people, events, ideas, etc. And to form the comparative is quite simple. You only need three things, and the first thing that you need is either plus, moins, or aussi. And plus means more, moins means less, and aussi means as, like the same as. So the first thing you need is either plus, moins, or aussi. La deuxième thing, the second thing that you need is l'adjectif, so you need an adjective. And la troisième, the third is que. So you either need plus que, moins que, or aussi que, and your adjective in between there. So once you have all those three things, then you've formed the comparative. So a couple examples. We have plus beau que, which means more handsome than. You could also say plus belle que, more pretty than or more beautiful than. Moins sale que, which means less dirty than. Aussi grand que, as big as. So you could say aussi petit que, as small as, etc. So with the comparative, you already know that adjectives always have to agree in gender and number. You learned that in French 1 with adjective agreement. However, in the comparative, the adjective has to agree with the first thing that is mentioned. So in la première example, in the first example, we have la ville is the first thing that we're talking about, the city. So la ville est plus bruyante que le village. So the city is more noisy or more loud than the village. Les chevaux sont aussi grands que les vaches. So the horses are as big as the cows. And so grand is agreeing with les chevaux because it's masculine and pluriel. And bruyante is agreeing with la ville because it's feminine. So if we switch those, then we have le village, which is masculin, est moins bruyante que la ville. So the village is less noisy than the city. So bruyante agrees with le village. And les vaches, une vache is feminine. So a cow is une vache, it's feminine. So les vaches is feminine in plural, which means grande has to agree in feminine and in plural. So les vaches sont aussi grands que les chevaux. Cows are as big as horses. However, when you're using say, like if you're saying, oh, a noun first and then comparing it, say when you're using it, the adjective is always going to be masculine and singular. You don't change it. So it makes your job a little bit easier. So, exemple, we have Paris or Paris, c'est aussi pollué que New York. So Paris, that is, or it is as polluted as New York. La campagne, the countryside, it is less stressful than the village. So la campagne, c'est moins stressant que le village. La grange is the barn. So la grange, it is, c'est plus grand que la maison. The barn, it is larger or more big than the house. So, le comparatif avec les adjectifs, I'm going to ask you some questions, and you have to tell me if it is either going to be plus, moins, or aussi. So, more, less than, or as, the same as. So, you'll have to tell me what adjective to use. So, numéro 1, les vaches sont calmes que les chevaux. Les vaches are cows, so the cows are calm que les chevaux, as the horses. So is it going to be plus, moins, or aussi? Le mouton est dangereux que le cochon. Le mouton is the sheep. So le mouton est either plus, moins, or aussi dangereux, dangerous que le cochon. Le cochon is the pig. Le canard, the duck, est grand que la poule. So you tell me whether le canard is either larger, less than, or the same size as the chicken. La poule, the chicken, est grand que le cheval. And the cheval was the horse. Les cochons sont sales que les chèvres. So les cochons were pigs. Sale means dirty. And les chèvres are goats. Le tracteur est bruyant que l'âne. L'âne is donkey, and le tracteur, c'est facile. C'est comme en anglais. It's easy. It's like in English, tractor. Bruyant, if you didn't remember, bruyant means noisy. Le lapin est petit que le tracteur. Le lapin is the rabbit. So le lapin est either plus, moins, ou aussi petit que le tracteur. Okay, donnez un adjectif qui convient. So you're going to have to tell me an adjective or a form of the adjective that goes in the space provided. So numéro 1, le lapin est plus que la chèvre. So look at those pictures and tell me what adjective goes in this blank right here. Remember, your adjective has to agree with the first thing that's being mentioned. La ville est plus que la campagne. So we're talking about noise level here. So you'll have to tell me what form of the adjective bruyant we need. Les canards, ça c'est une canarde. Les canards sont aussi que les poules. So tell me what form of the adjective we need. Le tracteur, ça c'est le tracteur, est plus que le cheval. Et le cheval was the horse. La prairie est plus que la grange. Remember, ça c'est la grange, and la prairie, c'est facile, the prairie. Okay, le comparatif avec les noms. So when you're trying to use the comparative with names, like with actual nouns, like the bunny is less than the horse, then you would need the comparatif avec les noms. So, le comparatif avec les noms, il y a plus de vaches que de canards. So, the only difference between how we form the comparative originally versus how we do it now when we're talking about names or nouns is that you need to add in de. So, plus de and que de. So, you just add in de. Plus de and que de. Il y a plus de vaches que de canards. There are more cows than ducks. J'ai autant de vaches que Gaston. So, ça sont mes vaches. These are my cows. Et ça, c'est les vaches de Gaston. These are Gaston's cows. So, j'ai autant de vaches que Gaston. Look at those pictures and tell me what you think autant means. Yeah, it means I have the same as. So, I have as many cows as Gaston. Nous avons moins de chèvres que de chevaux. So, ça, c'est une chèvre, et ça, c'est des chevaux. So, moins de means less than. So, we have less goats than horses. So, comparer, you're going to have to tell me what you need in the blanks. So, numéro 1, vous avez either plus de, moins de, or autant de moutons que cochons. Ça, c'est des moutons, sheep. Et ça, ce sont des mignons, cute cochons, or cute pigs. So, tell me, do you need plus de, moins de, or autant de? De, j'ai plus de, moins de, ou autant de lapins que Caitlin. So, ça, c'est mon lapin. Et ce sont les lapins de Caitlin. Marie a plus de, moins de ou autant de chevaux que lui. So, ça, c'est le cheval de Marie et ça, c'est le cheval de Louis. To compare nouns, you have to use that following structure that I talked about earlier. So, you have plus de plus the noun or plus the name and then que. So, plus de moutons que. I have more sheep than. So you could say, j'ai plus de moutons que toi. I have more sheep than you. Moins d'argent que whatever. Autant de filles que. So remember, you just have to have the plus de, moins de, and autant de. The only difference is de. Notice, look at the similarities and differences when you're either comparing just adjectives or you're comparing two nouns. So if you're just saying they're comparing the same thing, but using an adjective, so if I was to compare a sheep and a cow, and I just wanted to say that the sheep was dirtier than the cow, I'm describing the sheep, so I'm going to use an adjective. But if I wanted to say I had as many cows as I had sheep, then I need to use the one with a noun. So I'd use autant de. So the only difference between aussi and autant de is that they mean the same thing. They're just spelt a little bit differently. Okay, so le comparatif irrégulier, so irregular parts of the comparative. As with French, there are always some things that are irregular, so you should have been expecting it. So with le comparatif, bon and mauvais already have irregular adjectives, but they are even more irregular in the comparative. So instead of saying plus bon que, we use meilleur que. We use better than, meilleur. And instead of saying plus mauvais que, we use pire. Pire means worse. So we have better and worse. So meilleur and pire. So meilleur que and pire que and meilleur que and pire que. Pire has the same form for both masculine and feminine. Meilleur, this is the masculine, pas de e, no e. Féminin, il y a un e. With the feminine, there's an e. So all you have to do is add an e. When you're talking about bon and mauvais, you can use it with moins, which is more of like a form of an understatement. As same thing with like OC. So like, oh, it's not as good as. So you could say like, oh, Italian is not as good as French. So you'd say moins bon que or moins mauvais que. So you could say l'italien est moins bon que le français. Italian is not as good as French. And you could say l'espagnol est moins mauvais que l'italien. So you could say Spanish is not as bad as Italian. So aussi bon que, as good as, and aussi mauvais que, as bad as. It's the same concept. You just add in either bon or mauvais. C'est tout pour aujourd'hui. That's it for today. Si vous avez des questions, if you have questions, envoyez-moi un email ou un remind et je peux t'aider and I can help you. I know this was a little bit, a lot of information with le comparatif. So we're going to work on le comparatif for Monday as well. And then I'll teach you the superlative on Wednesday of next week. And so the superlative is just saying that something is better than something. So c'est tout pour aujourd'hui. Remember, the comparative is just comparing two things. If you need to, I'll upload this PowerPoint and you can look through the PowerPoint as well. À plus!